Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. Good afternoon. I have a haul for you that I picked up in Scotland. This is my little holiday haul. But the first item I'm going to show you I didn't pick up in Scotland. My mum's just given this to me. She'd originally bought this for my dad because he tends to sort of, when he's pottering around the garden, have like a travel mug. But he doesn't really like Harry Potter. I know, shock horror. So it wasn't really being used, so she's asked if I want it. I mean, it's still got the tags on. She gave it to him in December, so I said I will have this and I'll use this at work. I quickly nabbed that from her, and I did actually manage to pick up one Harry Potter item in Scotland, and it's this mug here. Now, I didn't pick this up in Primark, but to me it looks like a Primark box, so I'm not sure if this is actually a Primark item, but I spotted a shop called Crafts and Things in Glencoe when I was driving through. And so I stopped there and I spotted this. It was actually $9.99, which if it was a Primark mug, that's quite a markup on it. However, I've never seen this in Primark, so I was more than happy to pick this up for £10. As you can see, it doesn't say anything about Primark on here, but the box looks similar. So you see you've got Dobby here on this side, and it's a really good depiction of him. And then on the other side it says Dobby is a free elf, and I absolutely fell in love with this. As you know, Dobby is 100% my favourite Harry Potter character. I absolutely loved this, so I picked it up. Might be a little bit pricey at £10, but for me it is priceless. Also in that shop I picked up some glass items, and I actually picked 3 of these up. So they're called Fantasy Glass Songbirds. I picked up the green and blues, the purple one, and then there was also a rainbow coloured one. So this one's for me, this one is for one sister, and then the rainbow one was for my other sister. She's already got hers. I just quickly stole this one to do the video. And what they are they're little crystals. They're called songbirds, but to me they look like doves. Doves always make me think of my granddad. I've got doves tattooed on my back for 2 of my granddads. And so that's what it made me think of, and I thought then wherever me and my sisters are, we've all got one of the same, but just in different colours. So this is the one that I have. So it does dangle like this, and you've got the Swarovski crystal at the bottom. As you can see, the wings on this dove are green and blue. This is called Peacock, this one. It's absolutely beautiful, and these were $9.99 each, so that's my one. And then this is one of my sisters. I'm going to quickly whip it out to show you. And as I say, the other one, I'll try and insert a picture, had rainbow coloured wings, and my other sisters had that one, and that's the ones with the purple. And again, it's just got this sort of fishing line with a hook, and you can hang that. But they were really, really pretty, and they were $9.99 each. They had hummingbirds and dolphins, but they were definitely my favourite. I also picked up another piece of glassware in a shop in Invermoriston. What's it called? Iceberg Glassware. There was a woman making glass items in there. But I spotted this, and I just thought it was really, really beautiful. So it's a dangle that you would put perhaps in front of your window, and it's got this little silver piece with the cats on the moon, and then the colours are sort of blues and purples, which I thought would go in my room really nicely. And you've got this big crystal at the bottom. Got those beads on it here. And it's just got that silver chain. And this, I think, was $9.99. Can't remember, she's peeled off the label actually. I think it was $9.99. And I love things like this, and I'd really like to hang it in front of my window or something, just so it catches the light a little bit. They had all sorts of bits in there. It was a really lovely little shop. It wasn't in Invermoriston, it was in Fort Augustus. That's where I picked that one up. And then I picked up quite a few other bits in Fort Augustus. I picked up this little card here that says Besties with the 2 little badges. This is quite embossed here. I can't remember how much this was. It was a couple of quid, £1.75, something like that. When I went on holiday by myself, but I met up with a friend, her husband and their children when I was up there. It's her birthday in about a week. And I just got this to write a little thank you message for having me, and also as a little birthday card for her, and she'll love the fact that it's come from Scotland. Scotland's like her second home. Apologies if you start to hear my dogs barking, my mum's just pulling up. And then I picked up some children's books. Now, where I've been on holiday, I love the myths surrounding the Loch Ness Monster, and I've actually read all of these books because that's how sad I am, and I really enjoyed this one. It's really cute. It's about a little boy that believes, and nobody believes him. Like, his sister makes fun of him, but obviously he keeps his belief, and that's sort of, it's got a really lovely message. So that's the blurb on the back there if you'd like to have a read of it. And I paid full price. I paid £5.99 for this, but I picked this up in a little clansman shop in Fort Augustus, so I don't mind too much. And this is one of the Picture Kelpies range. Now, they do a lot of books. So the next two I picked up, again from little clansman shops, is this one here, The Treasure of the Loch Ness Monster and The Secret of the Kelpie. And these ones, so this one, the author is, this is the author, and then you obviously, there's two on this one, but the images that you've got look like this, the sort of cartoony, a little bit like the Biff and Chipper books, whereas the illustrations in these, there's two different illustrators, so it's the same author in both of these, but then the illustrations are by different people. The reason this is the story by her, she's sort of created this, whereas this is like a myth. She's kind of combined a myth with the myth of the Loch Ness Monster and created a new story in this one. Whereas this one, this is how would you phrase it? Well, it says here the traditional Scottish tale. It's a traditional Scottish tale that she's written in her own words. And just look at some of the images in here. Let's find one there with the Loch Ness Monster, and then one here of the Kelpie. They're just fascinating, and I didn't know, I mean, I know stories around the Loch Ness Monster, but I didn't know the myth around the doors under Urquhart Castle, and I hadn't heard this one at all, and I really enjoyed reading these. So I bought these three to take into school, and then read to the children at school, talk to them a little bit about my holiday. And these two books were £6.99 each, and they're also by the Picture Kelpies. They do these on Amazon and things, if anyone was interested in these books. These ones particularly are really, really good. She does one more about a young girl, I can't think of the name of it, which I'd like to pick up. And then the final items that I picked up, I cannot go to Scotland and not pick up shortbread biscuits. And these, look how fun these tins are. So you've got Scottish Mad Dogs and then Scottish Wild Kittens. And I actually picked these up in a shop called the Green Welly Stop, and it had a giant green welly boot on it, and it was just as I was coming out of Glencoe, because I drove all through Scotland, and I just thought these were really, really fun. They were quite pricey for the amount of shortbread that you get inside. They were £5.50 each. I mean, you're going to be overpriced in a service station anyway, but I just absolutely loved the tins. And literally I said to my family, I've got Scottish shortbread for us to all enjoy, and my mum went, you've bought them for the tins, haven't you? Yep, I'm just going to eat the biscuits because I want the tins. And so I've obviously made a start on this box already. I'm going to go and enjoy a cup of tea in one of my mugs in a minute, and some shortbread. This one's not open yet. I just thought that they were really, really fun. I assume they might have been Christmas sort of editions, but they are just really, really fun, and I thought they'd be really great to organise things like paper clips and stuff inside when I'm finished. So and there's one final thing, sorry, I picked up this bracelet in Invermoriston. At the bottom of the mountain that we were staying on, there was a little clog shop, and it had various different sheepskin items, like slippers and things, and woolen throws. Then it had leather belts, leather bracelets and things, and we each I bought us and the 4 others one of these little bracelets. So each one has a slightly different centre. I had purple, then my friend and her husband had blue and red, and their children picked green and pink. So we all got one each, and then we took a little picture, which I'll pop in now, with all of us wearing them. And it was just a little sort of memento for all of us to remember the holiday, and it just ties on in a little knot like that. I thought they were really cute. They were £3.95 each, so it cost me £20 for everybody's, which I don't think is bad at all. And there we go. So in love with my shortbread, and definitely really enjoying reading these books. Can't wait to share them at school. Thank you everybody for watching. This was a bit longer than I thought it was going to be. I'll see you all again soon. Bye.